Hello friends, welcome to Technique. This is Nirmal here, and in this video we'll be doing a detailed camera review of the Realme 9 Pro. So Realme 9 Pro comes with a 64 megapixel triple camera setup, and it also has a 16 megapixel selfie camera. So this device is priced 17,999, and in this video we'll be looking at the camera samples taken with this device, and let's see how good it performs in this price segment. So before getting into the detailed video, if this is your first time on this channel, do hit that red subscribe button and also hit the bell icon to get notified of all the videos we publish. So let's begin with the hardware on the Realme 9 Pro. So Realme 9 Pro comes with a 64 megapixel sensor which has f1.8 aperture, a secondary 8 megapixel ultra wide angle lens and a third 2 megapixel macro sensor. For selfies, we have a 16 megapixel f2.0 camera. So let's find out how the camera performance is for this price segment. In terms of daylight conditions, the 64 megapixel sensor does a good job in bringing details. The colors are quite good and offers good details too. While most people will like the vibrant colors for social sharing, the colors are actually saturated, especially the blues and the greens. The sharpness levels are pretty good, and this is evident when you pixel peep. But at the same time, there is a bit of noise creeping in the daylight shots. The dynamic range is once again pretty good and works really well. Overall, we like the quality of daylight shots, but the saturation needs to be controlled. The phone has an 8 megapixel ultra wide angle lens, and here again the images are vivid and bright, but the white balance seems to be a bit messed up, and also the colors are too rich and vibrant, creating an artificial look. But the camera is definitely an usable one. Now moving on to the close-up shots, the phone comes with pretty good imaging capabilities once again, but the colors are once again oversaturated, but it definitely looks good for social sharing. The sharpness levels are quite good too, but saturation is pretty evident here. The phone does come with a macro mode and the performance is quite average. The details are good and colors are also quite okay, but the images tend to be too noisy, similar to the Realme 9 Pro Plus. Now moving on to the portraits, the phone does a good job with portraits. Although the skin tones are not very accurate, the portraits came out well. They are bright and once again vivid, and edge detection is also quite good. The colors are once again boosted. Now moving on to the low light performance. The low light performance is quite good in indoor lights or with artificial lights. The sharpness levels are quite okay here. But when you turn on the night mode, it gets you oversaturated images. While details are quite okay for the price segment, the sharpness levels are quite average. It is saturation that Realme needs to fix in this camera. Finally, the selfie camera. The 16 megapixel does produce good selfies. Once again, we like the skin tones of selfies, and colors looks good along with dynamic range as well. Since selfies are more of a personal choice, you can judge based on the images shown. The phone also has portrait mode for selfies. Here it does a decent job with portrait selfies, although edge detection is not perfect. Now moving on to the video recording. The phone can record videos in 1080p at 30 fps and it supports stabilization. Here the quality is quite decent. The colors are surprisingly good and details are also decent for the segment. The colors are mostly natural looking. There is also an ultra steady mode on offer, but we couldn't really find any major difference between the two. The ultra-wide angle camera can record videos in 1080p resolution with stabilization. It produces decent results, but stabilization isn't implemented well. The phone also supports slow motion and the quality is quite good. So this is the dual video mode on the Realme 9 Pro, taken using both the rear as well as the front camera simultaneously. So this is the front facing camera sample taken with the Realme 9 Pro, and you can judge yourself how good the clarity of the video is, and also the audio output from the video recording. So that is a detailed camera review of Realme 9 Pro. So summing up, Realme has one major issue to fix in this camera, and that is the color saturation. It's all over the place and makes the images look too artificial. While the overall quality isn't bad for a segment, Realme has to improve with updates the saturation issues. Realme has had camera saturation issues in the past too, and this is no different. So what do you guys think about the camera on the Realme 9 Pro? Do share in your thoughts in the comment section. This is Nirmal signing off with a camera review of the Realme 9 Pro. Hope you enjoyed watching this video. Do hit that like button and also hit the red subscribe button for more videos. Thanks for watching. Hope to see you in our next video. Have a great day.